All right, gang. So it says we're live. We've got to give it a minute here. I'm not going to be recording anything yet. I got nobody on. So I have a handful of followers. We should be going to YouTube. Somehow I got to try and do this while I'm checking to see if I'm actually live streaming on YouTube. We'll figure that out. Pull that down here. Nobody's watching. We'll be talking about your everyday money in a bit. Mostly this is just figuring some stuff out. So let's see, where would we go? If I was, I'd go here. And then I would go here, YouTube. You see the live stream. Funny, kids know how to do this, but I don't. I'll get there. YouTube TV. Nope. Why isn't that page available? Should be. Why not? That's what I created. Let's go look in here. My setups. I wonder if I'm live on Twitch. We'll go check there too. Not found. Huh. Search here. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. How do I go? I don't even know how to find myself. Let's try. Interesting. Very interesting. Carlo Pignatelli. He's the coolest. What the hell is this? It's weird, man. It's weird. Who knows where this freaking stream is going? Who knows where this stream is going? Let's go see if we can figure it out. Take a look. Go to the dashboard. See what the dashboard's saying. Let's see what the dashboard's saying. So, today we are somewhere. Who knows where we are? Twitter. YouTube channel. Bang. That's the Streamlabs YouTube channel. Not interested in that. So much to learn. So much to learn. How do we get to Twitch? Let's go to Twitch. Let's go to see if we can at least find you. Hey, look at that. So it shows up as Jimmy Pigs and it says live. That's pretty interesting. Wonder what this is going to do to me. Lots of feedback, I'm guessing. See what happens. Okay, so we're a little bit behind. So it shows up as Jimmy Pigs. I get this? How do I get my title to be your everyday money? That will be interesting to see. So this is what this is. So let's drop that into a OneNote here. Live streaming stuffs. Bang. Shows up on Twitch TV. Okay. There's that. We're live. Hey, all right. Doing a lot of messing around here. So this is indeed going to be your everyday money. One day soon, we're going to be talking about just that, your everyday money. So things along the lines of building nest eggs and building rainy day funds, making sure that you have enough money at the end of the week, at the end of the month, tips for saving and earning money, living below your means. This whole thing started really with credit card debt and student loans from my kids. So right now I'm really messing around with technology. We're going to go Wednesdays at 7 p.m. So I'm not sure who's out there watching my one whole viewer. You have questions, fire away. I would love to just really have a dialogue more than anything. Excel sheets we're going to talk about, reading the contracts and record keeping and all kinds of things, saving, budgeting, real estate, stocks. Stock market's on fire, probably in a bubble right now. And I'm not sure how you can tell when the end of the bubble is. It's always easy in hindsight. It's never easy looking forward. You get all caught up in the excitement. So thanks for joining. Who knows? I would appreciate if you can tell me whether you see me on Twitch in the chat or if you see me on YouTube and what those things are. So if you wouldn't mind, I would be greatly appreciative. But if you don't want to and you just kind of tune it in, that's okay too. But understand we're going to be 7 p.m. Wednesdays is when we're going to go. Plan is to go about 20 minutes of kind of instruction and overview, and then maybe we'll do about 40 minutes of going through and actually looking at different things in Excel. So there's my little Excel. We can kind of watch through that. Changing some things around here as we go so that better for you guys out there to see. Work through stuff. You can see here we've got everything from budgets, incomes, amortization tables, and then where the heck does your money go? So we're going to go through some of that. I started working through some of those items. What else do we have going on? We'll have lots. I'll actually look forward to bringing in calls on what your credit card debt is, what your student loan debt is, where you are, how much money do you have left at the end of the month. So we'll go through all those things. I wonder if I can change webcam settings while I'm actually in some of the widgets. That's pretty interesting. So using OBS software, Open Broadcast, just kind of experimenting with it, and we'll see how this whole thing goes. Looks like I am doing multi-stream. So I can't, so this is the multi-stream chat. This is the Twitch chat. Very interesting. Read only in multi-stream mode. Guess I got to set some things up. Let's do a little welcome. And hopefully whoever's out there listening. Sorry that we're not actually jamming through your everyday money. You know what? Maybe I owe it to you, wherever you are out there, and we'll get started, which means I got to set up a little recording. which means I'm going to go through, today the plan was to go through the rainy day fund stuff. So we got rainy day fund. It's been really tough to try and figure out which one should go first, whether it should be rainy day fund or whether it should be living below your means or tips for earning and saving money. All are important and kind of go hand in hand. Then we quickly get into debt reduction and stuff like that. So let's do this. Let's begin. And let's see where we are here. Come down here. Got to set up some hotkeys so I can work through some of this stuff faster. I'll get there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Let's get the audio and the video going. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Right? Right. Here we go. Start the recording. All right. Looks good. I'm going to start the video recording. Here we go. All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to your Everyday Money. I'm Jim Pignatelli. This is what they didn't teach you in school. So today is going to talk about a rainy day fund and a couple of things before we get started. Financial independence comes at a cost, but it has huge benefits. It's like losing weight. So when you lose weight, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have a lot more energy. When you lose debt, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have a lot more energy. You're the captain of your own ship. So you make the rules. You set the direction. And you have the power to change your situation. Only you do. So it's not someone else's fault. Whatever got you in the situation you're in, you have to take control of the situation. So let's talk about rainy day funds. And I'll keep my little notepad here. But I'll do my best to speak because I got in a lot of trouble from my very small fan base for doing too much reading and not enough talking. And you know who you are out there. So, rainy day fund, what is it? Rainy day fund is when you save your money little by little because things are going to happen in your life. Unexpected things that are like a rainy day. What are those unexpected things? It can be lots of things. If you own a home, stuff breaks, pipes clog, things break, and you got to fix them. Some things are pretty cheap, and hopefully you can fix them yourself. We're going to talk about maintenance and maintaining things in a future show. You always got to maintain stuff, but things break. You got to fix them. Some things are very expensive. You own a home and your stove breaks, $500, $600, $1,000. Your heater breaks, $2,000-$3,000. Your heater and air conditioner break, $5,000-$6,000. That's a lot of money. Then there's some smaller things that'll go wrong. Let's say you're a renter. It's nice you get to call the landlord, but you're not saving anything. You're not building equity in that home, so that's hard. But let's say you're a renter, but you're probably going to have a car. Things are going to break on your car. So what kind of things are going to go wrong? My son bought his car, and sorry, I'm going to talk about my kids quite a bit. I love them to death, and we've learned a lot of things together. So he bought his car, and a nice car. First, he went out and was looking at, a real sporty car. Settled down a little bit, and then realized, you know what? I don't need the sporty car that's going to take the high test gas and all that stuff. I'm going to get this better gas mileage, regular gas, still nice car. Got the nice car. Used, which I highly recommend. And then found himself driving down the road, nailed a pothole, popped his tire, bent his rim. Not cheap. So tire's about $100. Rim on his particular car, another couple $100. All of a sudden, $300 bill out of nowhere. Didn't expect it. But he had a rainy day fund because we had talked about it, and he was able to say, you know what? Put the new tire on, put the new rim on, we're good to go. He wasn't out of commission. Wouldn't it be sad if you didn't have that money and then you had to put it on a credit card? And then you would start the credit card death spiral where you put money on the credit card but you can't pay it off. And then you put more money on the credit card, but you can't pay it off. And your credit card looks like you just have a little bit. Oh, just make this small payment. Read the fine print. We'll talk about that. That small payment, and you'll have the credit card paid off in 25 years. So you don't want that. So, in case you missed my drum roll. So, in 25 years, you paid for a tire that'll last you probably 3, and a rim that maybe will last you 10. So, what do you need your mad money, not your mad money, your rainy day money for? Let's talk about what is an emergency. Going out to eat, not an emergency. Going to the movies, which you can't do in COVID anyway, not an emergency. New spoiler, new speakers, a new gaming system, not an emergency, not an emergency, not an emergency. What is an emergency? Like I said, pop a tire on your car, it's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed right away. You cut yourself. You got to go get stitches. Yeah, that's an emergency, and you got to go do it right away. So let's talk about how you build this rainy day fund. You're already living paycheck to paycheck. First thing you got to do is pay yourself first. And if you need to find another job, then you got to find another job where you can start to put some money away every month. Rainy day fund. The first goal of your rainy day fund is to get to 1 month's salary. Hey, Jim, how am I going to do that? 1 month's salary, that's a ton of money. I don't have that kind of money. But you're going to get it. You're going to have some discipline. It means you're not going to get to do some of the things that you do today, some of the bad financial habits, and you're going to start to save. This rainy day fund needs to be 100% liquid. So that means nothing tied up. I can go, I can write a check, and it's done. I can get to that money instantly. I can go to the ATM. If you find yourself that you don't have that discipline, it's time to get it. Open a separate bank account, and every week, put money in that. Whatever you can afford before you do anything else, before you buy groceries, before you go pay the rent, put that money in there. You got to pay yourself first. So you're putting your money into the rainy day fund, and you're trying to get to, remember our goal, small goals. Our goal is to get to 1 month's savings. The faster you can do it, the better. Pretty soon you're going to feel pretty good about it because you're going to have 1 month's salary saved up. That's a nice little cushion. So a lot of people have been furloughed. It's been a tough economy. You now have at least something to fall back on for a little while. You're going to want to try and build that. People talk about different amounts. Do you want to get to 3 months? Do you want to get to 6 months? You'll find something you feel comfortable with that will really help you in the long run. So build your rainy day fund a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Now, you've built your rainy day fund. That's pretty much it. Put that money aside. It sits there. Don't go out to eat with it. Don't look at it like this is money you have to pay bills. This is money you have to do other things. This is emergency only money. So if it's not an emergency, don't go use it. Whatever you can build up, that's great, and you set it aside. Use the discipline to build that up over time, and I think you'll find that you'll be very pleased with what you have in there. So trying to prepare for this show, going back to why the show even exists, for me anyway, and hopefully for you guys in the future. It's really about my kids and conversations I've had with my children about what they need to do over the course of their lives, what I've done right and wrong, lots of the wrong stuff, and lots of the right stuff. I looked, 75% of Americans, 3 out of 4 of you live paycheck to paycheck. A lot of stress. That is a lot of stress. 3 out of 4 live paycheck to paycheck. How do we get past that? How do we move from paycheck to paycheck to I have a savings? It's discipline. It's discipline. It is finding ways to save some money, finding ways to earn a little bit more money. There's a million ways to make more money. So let's talk a little bit about budgeting. So that's rainy day fund. And that's really what I wanted to cover. So, questions on what a rainy day fund is? Open to questions. Okay, let's go on to our next topic. Tips for saving and earning money. So, just want to remind you, this is really about you guys, not me. This is about you guys. So, Ben Franklin, you've heard the saying, a penny saved is a penny earned. I live near Philly and the Franklin Institute. Turns out they say that Ben Franklin never actually said that, but he did say in Poor Richard's Almanac, a penny saved is 2 pence clear. Anyway, you get the gist. Penny saved is a penny earned. So, I've been thinking about how things we do to save money, and just here in my household. And a story popped up. So back when I was first married, wife did all the cooking. We went food shopping once a week. We lived pretty far from a grocery store. We lived in the country, and it was about a 45-minute ride to the grocery store. A far cry from probably what a lot of you guys do. You can be at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say names, but you could be at Wawa, Sheets, whatever it is, in, a matter of minutes, and you go pick up whatever you want. But we went to a grocery store that was far away, so we had to really plan what we were going to eat, what we were going to need for the week, and then we did our grocery shopping. We also ate a lot of leftovers. And if you plan your food right, leftovers can be pretty good. And then Thursday night, my wife made dump soup. I'm like, Jimmy, what's dump soup? Dump soup, you throw in all the stuff, the leftover you had, put in some tomato sauce, let it simmer in a pot. Then it's not leftovers. It's a new soup, and you haven't had soup all week. So now you got a nice dump soup. Easy enough to do. Give it a try. How about shopping? First of all, I love food shopping. I find it very relaxing, and I get all these ideas. Oh, I'm going to make this, that, or the other thing. But I buy a lot of generic brands. So throughout my career, and you wonder, Jim, what was your career? Well, I was a software consultant for a number of years. Now I work for a larger pharmaceutical company. But I find grocery shopping very relaxing, and throughout the course of my career, I actually worked for several companies who make products for the market. And one of those was a meat packing facility, and another one in the big pharmaceutical companies. I've actually seen some of the stuff they do. What you'll find is many times, not all the time, many times the generic products are coming from the same assembly line as the name brands. Not every time. Many times, the generic comes from the exact same pot, the exact same makeup. Maybe there's a different coloring to it. Maybe there's a different size or shape. But if you're eating a steak, if you're eating ham, and you're eating chicken, fish, but there's a lot of stuff that is going to come through, and it might have a name brand on it, a nationally known name brand. And then you may find stuff that is not a name brand, and it may have come from the exact same place. All high quality stuff. So generics is a great way to go. We have a few must-have brand names in my home. We must have a certain brand of ketchup. We couldn't even consider another brand of ketchup, but I think that's kind of silly. But that's what we do. From a coffee standpoint, you're going to find kind of your favorite coffee. Figure out, is there a cheap version? Maybe there is. I gotta have a Starbucks, and they're so expensive. Go buy a can of coffee, and you can spend the same price on a can of coffee that'll make you 50 to 100 pots or 100 cups of coffee, instead of going through and getting 1 or 2 cups from your favorite coffee shop or whatever. What else here are we talking about? Tips for earning and saving money. What else do I have in my notes? Generic. Oh, let's go. You know what? Let's go to the Excel for a second. Let's go take a peek at the Excel. And where are you, Mr. Excel? I got to go here. All right. Hopefully you guys can see the Excel out there. So let's bounce over to the Excel file. Here's one thing that I did, and I think this is, I want you guys to learn how to use Excel. You can also use Google Sheets, which is free. Go sign up for a Google account, and then you can download Google Sheets. And we'll do this another time in Google Sheets. So the real spending tracker. What do you spend money on, and watch how fast it adds up. So if you go to the W Mart, fictitious name, and you get your coffee and smokes. I have no idea what smokes are. I don't smoke. Coffee's usually a couple bucks. Also, you got to figure out what this costs in hours. This is a conversation I've had with my children a while back. Forget the dollar figure. If you make $100 an hour and you get a $2 cup of coffee, who cares? If you make $10 an hour and get a $2 cup of coffee, wow, that's a big chunk of your time. So all of a sudden I tried to say, what do these things cost in hours? So let's say your gross wage, and you can see that here. Let's say your gross wage is $15 an hour. Well, you actually don't get to take home $15. What you get to take home is whatever the government gives you back when you're done. So they're going to take out taxes. So there's this FICA guy and the Social Security, your local earned income tax, and a real simple rule of thumb is times 0.66. So take your number and multiply it by 0.66, 2/3, and that's probably pretty close to what you'll take home per hour. So at $15 an hour, you take home $9.90, roughly $10 an hour. They take a third. So now let's go look. If we get coffee and smokes, it's 10 and a quarter. How many hours is that? For you to smoke and drink a cup of coffee, it's 1 hour of your time. Is that worth it? I don't know. Car wash. You may or may not go to the car wash. $8.77. That's almost an hour of your time. How about lunch? So now you got breakfast, your coffee and smokes, maybe even got a sandwich. But what if we go and we get a hoagie and a drink? Maybe $7, $8, quarter or 3/4 of an hour of your time. And you can see that these numbers add up really fast. You look at the big oil company, right, where you're getting your gas from, what that cost. Go look at your streaming service. We all have them. What's your favorite? They're all coming out with one. Netflix and Discovery Plus and AMC Plus and the Disney and Hulu and you name it. They're all out there streaming. So you're spending something. Maybe you got Spotify. I love Spotify. And these are not bad things, but you got to look at how they add up and what they cost. So you got to really, this is about getting to what are you really spending and where can you save some money. Now you're back at the W Mart and now you're getting a breakfast sandwich. You got your smokes. At least you didn't smoke the pack or a day. You got your breakfast sandwich and a coffee. And you spend another $8, right? Maybe you go to the fancy coffee shop, and you know where I'm talking about, the fancy coffee shop. You get the salted caramel mocha frappe latte chino, whatever it is. And it's $5. It's just ridiculous. You can buy a whole can of coffee for $5. You can buy it for less. One coffee, and it's got a lot of calories. It's not even good for you anyway. So now you have just an idea of how quickly things add up. Nothing in this list is really out of line. Maybe you guys are like, I don't do the car wash, and I'll change that to something else. But really, in terms of hours, and maybe we'll take a little Excel lesson here, but in terms of hours, oh my God, I just took 8 hours of my life, a day of work to do what? To get coffee, to get gas, to get a sandwich, to get a fancy coffee. Man, it adds up. I really like the value in hours. So again, If you're a high wage earner, good for you. Are you a high saver? That's important too. It's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. And there are plenty of people who don't earn as much as others. And just because the Joneses or Smiths, sorry, just using a generic name, are driving a real fancy car, doesn't mean that they have the real big money. It means that you think they have the big money. They're putting on the airs that they have the big money. They might not have the big money that you think. Not everything is always as it seems. And I think that's important to know. Not everything is always as it seems. Don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. This is really about you, not about them. You got to take care of yourself. You're the one who's got to lay in bed and go to sleep at night saying, I saved my rainy day money. I'm in good shape. Now I'm going to do something, for myself. I'm saving up to do something for myself, which is great, which is no problem. But you got to make sure you're paying yourself first and doing some of those things. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. We chatted long about the whole rainy day fund. I'm going to be re-recording some of these things. Again, not sure who you are, my everyday viewer, my whole one, but would love for you guys to feel free to chime in if possible. Don't know if I'm screwing something up on the stream. Hopefully you can hear me well. I did a quick test run, make sure everything worked. Tell you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to be messing around, but I'm going to stay live. So feel free to hang out. Feel free to move on. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. Otherwise, wish you a great day. God bless. And we will be live Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. 7 to 8, I think, is going to be what we do. And we'll go from there. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great day. All right. So we'll kill the recording. Recording is stopped. And now we're going to go stop my audio recording. All right. And who knows what this whole thing came out like. Pretty funny. My whole one viewer. We'll get there. We'll get there. Beginning of January 2021. Yeah, we'll get there. All right. Just messing around with some stuff. Now let's see what this looks like. I'm staying live. We'll see if we could grab someone else. Answer any questions that you might have. Not sure what that does. I'm just looking at my streaming OBS. If I go here, I did go to Twitch TV. You got to figure this all out. Twitch TV, and then you got to go find Jimmy Pigs, which eventually I would like to turn back into your everyday money. Very weird. Let's go there. Okay. There's that. So that's going to be chirping in my ear in a minute. I'll drag you out. Put you over here. There we go. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay. Now, let's see what's going on here. We come back here. Let's come back here. Let's kill all this stuff. All right. At least chat works. At least chat works with myself. I think that's a sign of insanity when you have to chat with yourself. So let's move this. Let's see if we're actually pushing out. Let's see if we're pushing out to YouTube. How do we find what my YouTube channel is? guess let's go in here. Let's go in here and let's look at some settings. Gotta find some settings. So much to learn. Learning's good. Continuous learning is always good. Nothing wrong with that. All right, I gotta put my glasses on. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. Now we can see here. What are you? YouTube. That's just an analytics. That doesn't really tell me. Multi-stream. Oh, interesting. Bang. Okay. Interesting. Not sure what is this. I got it. I forgot about this thing. That's right. That's kind of cool. So then you can go here. Go there. That's what's live. That will be what's coming up. So you go here. Then you can make that transition. Oh, so fancy. The fanciest. All right. So what the heck is my YouTube channel? Pull you up. Come back here. Oop. Hop out. Okay. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. All right, let's see here. Where are you on YouTube? Live now. Let's see. Not really helpful. Go here. There we go. All right, so let's go here. It's my apps. So many things out here. Eventually we'll get a podcast. Eventually we'll get this figured out. Oh, maybe I should have just went to my account. It's thinking. Let's see where we're going here. Hello, new YouTube studio guy. So it looks like my channel. It looks like my channel is Jim Pignatelli. Very interesting. What is this thing here? YouTube Studio. I don't care about YouTube Studio. I have a studio. Live channel. Ooh, live. Your live streams will show up here. Why am I not live streaming to YouTube? Interesting. Enable. Gain access feature. I thought we did all this. Huh? Let's see here. They got it anyway. Okay. So now what? Did it? Stream. Okay, now what? Now what do you do? Bang. It's thinking. Go live. No idea what's going on here. A lot of thinking. A web page is slowing down your browser. What would you like to do? Come on. Okay, let's try it. Let's just start it. Let's rip it. What is happening here? Goodbye. So this is coming through YouTube Studio, which I could allow. I'll go here. This could really jack things up. Let's see what happens. I did indeed allow. Let's see what's here. All right, let's see here. Got a lot going on. Sorry you gotta watch this. Must be painful out there. That's okay. Something went wrong. I guess I can't get my camera. So let's do this. Let's kill that. All right, well, 45 minutes of live stream. I got to figure out how to get this to YouTube. What the hell? Ooh, wasn't supposed to say that. Family friendly channel. Family friendly channel. Let's go to this one. A little transition, little fun. So entertaining for just myself. There we go. Let's see where we're pushing this to. Very interesting. So it's supposed to be pushing it there, but it doesn't look like. Cannot change these when you're live. All right. Got to go on live. You can come back, but I got to go on live. See ya. I got to do this. I got to go. Stream ending. Kapow.